Hello everyone, this is Mystic Veteran, bringing, excuse me, bringing you a full moon reading and lunar eclipse reading at the same time. I only pulled one card because it's just for one night, and I pulled a card from the Oracle of the Mermaids deck by Lucy Cavendish. It's really cool little deck. And I pulled a card of divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, future, and fortune, or future fortune. And you see it's a mermaid kind of half out of water. She's got her hand in her hair and kind of contemplating the future. And put that down, and I will read from the book, and then I'll give my 2 cents. And if you hear a little noise in the background, it's my little miniature fan because I am hot from moving a bed around, replacing the bed, old bed with a new bed. So I need some air. Divination. Oh, by the way, it was in reverse. Before I forget, reverse does mean something in this deck. So for reversed, because we are in Mercury retrograde, a lot of cards are going to be reversed, which means for this deck it has a different meaning. It says, the signs are reaching for you, falling gently into your mind when you allow it the freedom to wander, when you gaze in the waters of the setting sun, when nature catches your breath and a still voice speaks from you out of the heart of the forest, when you turn off the television and engage with the natural world. But when you take these words and you analyze them, you claim they make no sense. You worry that you are foolhardy, and you worry that you cannot interpret them accurately. And so, rather than make what you consider to be a mistake, you deny yourself the voice of the ocean, the calling of the deep, and your deepest knowing you keep from yourself. Yet, this has not stopped you seeking and asking and searching. Stop, for a moment, let the water touch your feet. Close the eyes of the world, and still the voice of the mind who knows best. Allow them to come one by one and enter the dream of prophecy. Become the oracle you are. The answers you seek are already within you. Still yourself and let yourself know the voice of the mother. So basically, what that's saying is, I can relate this to, we'll just flip it around for now. I can relate this to what's going on right now. A lot of people are worried about the future. And they're just sitting there and worrying about what's going to happen with our country, or the world for that matter, because of all the unrest, all the craziness going on. You got the pandemic, you got the protesters, you got the riots. So of course you're going to worry about the future. And there's nothing wrong with that, but what it's pretty much trying to tell you is to live in the moment, live in the present. Live in the right now, because the future is going to happen regardless, and whatever we do now affects the future. So actually, instead of worrying about what's going to happen, focus on changing what's happening now, and when you do that, the future you want will eventually happen, hopefully. It's not perfect, nothing really is, and sometimes things never turn out the way you want to, but it doesn't hurt to try, at least. So also, this is another card for a lot of you are addicted to watching the news right now, the TV, reading articles, all that stuff that's telling you about all this craziness, and it's getting to you. And mermaids are emotional beings. And this, obviously, there's a good symbolism for emotions because they live in the water. So they're also like half human. So half the time they're on land, the other half they're in the water. So they're part water and part earth. So emotionally, they're the water part. Being grounded is the earthly part. So there's always a balance to them. So what they're saying is you need a balance. Balance your everyday, stresses. Because there's always like tons of ups with a lot of downs. And right now, a lot of people are focusing on the negatives and the downs. And they're not bringing a balance to their life. So, and it's recommending that you cut yourself off from like the news, TV, social media, and go out into the nature, the outside world, Not necessarily be around people, but go somewhere where you can ground yourself. Like go out, go to a park if it's open. Go walk around the neighborhood if it's just, a few blocks. Go to the beach if it's open. Obviously try to still social distance, but you need to. Social distancing is actually a good thing, not because of the pandemic, but because of all the craziness. A lot of people need to distance themselves and, kind of do some meditation, things are coming to pass right now. Like the universe is crazy, as well as the world. We got planets in retrograde. Mercury's about to be retrograde, as well as a few other planets. We're having a lunar eclipse. We had a lunar eclipse in the southern hemisphere. It's a full moon tonight, so a lot of craziness is happening. So you got to learn to step away a little bit from all that craziness and kind of go within yourself and contemplate, not about what's going on in the world, but my cat says hi, by the way. She wants to be a part of the reading. Basically, worry about yourself right now. I know that's kind of hard to do with what's going on, but if you're not directly in the middle of like a riot, or you're not protesting, you need to learn to protect yourself and your family. It doesn't matter what's going on right now. It's just like we need to just stop right now. There's just too much crap going on. I mean, yes, people want change, and that's good, and protesting is a good thing too, but this is just my personal opinion, and what the cards are saying, what the spirits are saying is you can only do so much, right? But when you start getting violent, start using hate, start destroying stuff, you're defeating the purpose of what you're trying to change. And they want you to stop for a moment and think. This doesn't matter if you're a protester, rioter, whatever. They need you to take a break right now. Spirits need people to just calm down, take a break, breathe, and think about their next move. No actions required right now. This is a full moon energy talking. This is lunar eclipse talking. I mean, the lunar eclipse was in a fire sign, so that usually means action. But water, the full moon usually affects water, so we need to think less with our emotions and more with our head right now. And it is emotional time, so yes, we got to steady our emotions. Action will be needed eventually, but for now, you need to calm down. Like, take a moment to breathe, protest when you feel you need to protest, but also take a break and then go back to protesting or advocating for change and stuff like that. But right now, there's too much violence going on. People need to just stop, stop doing what they're doing. I mean, I'm not talking about the protesters. I'm talking about the rioters and people causing violence. And that's whoever's causing violence. I'm not going to say names or types of people. Anyone that decides to use violence instead of trying to protest for change is the problem. Violence is not solving anything. It's going to cause more violence. Hate's going to cause more hate. So basically, step back for a minute, think about your next move, and go ground yourself in nature. Stay just for at least the next day or so. Kind of like take the weekend to kind of take a break. Go out in nature. Go ground yourself. Go find some place where you can be alone and just kind of contemplate. Not on the world issues, not about what's going on in the United States, not about the pandemic, not about anything else. It's time for you to just contemplate. If you want to contemplate about the future, fine, but you need to take time to live in the present. Future is going to be here regardless, but the present, there's only now. You got to live in the moment, because by the time you live in the moment, it's already yesterday. Future is always the future, no matter what. Past is already in the past. You can't change it. So, yeah. And also, I wanted to show you the number 15. If you can see it right at the top. 15 in numerology is about family, healing, and harmony. So basically what I just said. Think about your family. Take time to heal. And bring harmony to your surroundings, to your neighborhood, to everything. You don't want to bring hatred and violence. You want harmony amongst everybody. You want peace. You want people to stop being a-holes. Of course, that's nature of humanities. But that's all for now. I'm going to wrap this up. If that makes any sense, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, and stay safe.